What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuned in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go! All right, ladies and gentlemen. We got a brand new episode for everybody. Episode 115. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, Rich. How you doing?
I'm hurting, man. Struggling right now. Fantasy. I probably won the fantasy football this week. No, I actually won the fantasy and for football and hockey. But my Knicks are struggling. Giants are struggling. Everything that's not fantasy is struggling.
Yeah, I think your hot take of all the Giants need to do is win like 3 games down the stretch to make the playoffs. It ain't looking so hot right now.
Nah, yeah. But that's the thing is just too many injuries, man.
I know. Injuries and they weren't, super talented team to begin with, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I figured we can sneak. Like, remember, of those games we had left, I figured we could sneak at least 2 of these Commander games.
Oh, yeah.
And then, one of these other games coming up. But, man, it looks like every game is going to be a fight, man.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to have to wait and see. Possibly could get bounced out because, the Seahawks are up there. They're 7-5. And then the Lions are catching up to some people. Then they're 6-7. So it's going to be interesting last few weeks of games. And even for the top spots, nobody's really locked up anything maybe besides the Chiefs. So, everybody's pretty much going to be fighting for the top spot or trying to get in the playoffs on both sides. So definitely looking forward to it.
For sure.
And then since we're talking about the NFL, we had Week 14 wrap up. Just wasn't many 2 games here. It's the Raiders versus the Rams, but, that was the game I really didn't care about. The Bengals and the Browns, the Bengals won despite, Joe Burrow and them being down 2 receivers. He pretty much only had Jamar Chase, and Jamar Chase went off on him, had a 10 for 10 on him, or 10 for 100, and a touchdown. So they're gonna be hard to stop, man. And then they had their running back comeback. So I'm definitely looking forward to that Bengals and Bills game coming up in like 2 more weeks.
Yeah, this team might be better than the Super Bowl team they had last year. They just seem a little more dynamic offensively. I think T. Higgins obviously was hurt this weekend, but coming into his own. Everyone knows you got with Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd. They got some, some I guess less crucial players. They got like Hayden Hurst, who's been good, and then that other guy cut touchdown. I forget his name. Tyler, I forget.
Oh,
the little slot receiver.
Oh, I'm gonna say starts with a P. Perrine or something. Perrine.
No.
Like that?
Perrine's the running back. Perrine's the backup running back. No, they got a little. But anyways, I feel like the defense has been really good. Not obviously against the Browns, who just aren't very, very good. But then you got they've been holding teams down, held KC down for most of that game. So the defense is playing really well. And it's just, I don't know, they look better than I thought they were last year.
Yeah, I feel like last year. This is what we're seeing them with experience now. So last year they went at it with not much experience, pretty much all talent. But now they're putting that experience to work. So they're winning games, coming back from behind. Doing the right thing, limiting turnovers. Playing through injuries. The next man is stepping up. Just like, they wouldn't even miss a beat. The fact that they're so deep at receiver also helps them as well. So it's not like it's not like Joe's has nobody to throw to. Right. They got running weapons on all sides of the ball. The sack total's been down from last year, which was the big thing. We expected that if they can limit those sacks, they will be a lot better team to possibly win it all. So their defense was good. So they're gonna be a tough out. So that's one of those teams I think a lot of people don't want to see.
I agree, and they're tough.
And then we had the Jets and the Bills, man. I thought your team could have pulled it off, man. Your boy White played great. Looks like he's going to be a starter for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he just got beat up. The Jets O-line struggled to protect him. he took a couple shots from Matt Milano, just like right up. Obviously went to the hospital after the game to get checked out, make sure nothing was too bad in there. But yeah, he definitely gained if he didn't have anyone, I don't think he had anyone left, but the backing of the rest of the locker room there, fighting through those injuries, and yeah, I thought he was great. But yeah, they didn't have enough firepower, unfortunately, and
Yeah.
the Bills had just enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you guys limited the Bills. I mean, you held Diggs and Davis to like 6 catches. I mean, Allen was under 200 yards. So I mean, you guys did a great job on him. So if you could have just punched it in maybe once or twice, it would have been a totally different game.
I agree. It was just like I said, the defense played well. The offense, with White getting kind of beat up and the running game, they didn't really get going. It there was just no continuity there, and then it was just too little, too late at the end when they finally felt like they started moving the ball a little bit better.
Yeah, I thought you guys should have went to the stuck to the run a little bit more, but
it's almost like when you want them to run it, they don't, and then when you don't want them to run it, they do.
But it was definitely a good game. I'm definitely looking forward. Is Williams out for a while, or is he going to be back?
He's 50-50 to play this weekend, so it doesn't sound like it was too bad. It was like a little calf injury, but it's brutal for those guys. They're they rely on all that that power, the push off to get to the quarterback and get by the lineman. So that's a tough one. But hopefully it's only a couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, because he's definitely going to be a big part of the defense come playoff time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He was a beast. He already had 2 sacks against Allen. He was having a monster day, and unfortunately got injured there.
Yeah, I would have been interested to see if he wasn't injured as well, to see what type of game it was. So
yeah,
I mean, hopefully you guys will probably see him again come playoff time. So
yeah, that's what Salah said after the game too. He said I think we may be seeing them in a month or so. So obviously the Jets don't lack in confidence. I think their defense is there. If their offense can be serviceable and can score just enough, I think that you could see that rematch.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing. It was they held them to 20 points, bless you, and then two touchdowns, 2 field goals. So I mean.
Yeah, and the Bills had a couple of turnovers from the Jets too that set them up nicely. So
yeah, that's what I said. It's gonna be a nice little like a thriller. I can't even talk. A thriller.
The thriller in Manila.
Manila, yeah, can't even talk right now. Damn. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that third matchup comes. Because it's gonna be just like you guys landed the first punch, and Bills came back and countered to punch you back, and now we're gonna see the best of both sides, kind of like a chess match.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had the Eagles and the Giants. Eagles was too much, man. That's all I can say, man. Giants defense was hurting. We had some guys out on the defensive line, so we couldn't really get to the quarterback as we liked. Our secondary is not the best, so I mean we can't be leaving those guys out on the island. But this is kind of when hard work and talent mesh together. There's not much we could do here against them. So not much many teams could do against them.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts is the MVP of the league. He looks like man, like what a steal for the Eagles there. I mean, I think he's grown a ton just in the last year. He's dropping dimes all over the place now. He's still doing his thing with the legs and getting out of the pocket, but he's become so much of a better pocket passer than I would have ever expected, to be honest with you, especially after watching him at Oklahoma, Alabama, and last couple of years in Philly.
Yeah, we knew the leadership was there. He just needed the game to slow down for him, so he can read defenses, make the right moves, and get his guys open. He wasn't a guy that turned over the ball a lot, which was a good thing. That always helped him. So he figured out a few things, and now he's rolling now. And then luckily for the Eagles, I mean, they were prepared just in case it didn't work out. They got a bunch of first round picks in return, from some of the moves they made. But then now that'll just allow them to stack up their defense and offense. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how things pan out, how things end this year and then going forward as well. Yeah, and then outside of that, I mean, the Buccaneers and the 49ers, I don't understand how the 49ers win it with no quarterback, man.
It's coaching, man. Ultimately, is what it boils down to. I mean, they put a good program out there, and even a guy like Brock Purdy can step in, and if he's halfway decent, they can win games. The defense is awesome. Everyone knows that. The skilled players are great. McCaffrey's kind of coming into his own there. I know Debo got hurt. Looks like he'll be out until probably the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they just keep pumping it out.
Yeah, man. It just seems like they figure out ways to get the guys who should have the ball in their hands directly, and it makes the quarterback job not seem like as important.
Mm-hmm.
And then their defense has just always been on since. I mean, it seemed like forever, ever since that. When did they go to Super Bowl? 2015?
No, they went in 2019.
2019? No, before that. Before when they played the Ravens.
Oh yeah, 2015. I think. Yeah. So
yeah. Seems like it seems like their defense has always been on ever since then. So they just been getting better and better.
Yeah.
I mean, this time they got the pass rush on both sides. Not really much holes on that team that I can see outside of quarterback.
Yeah, there isn't. I mean, their line is good. The defense obviously good. Their skill positions are good. It's just, imagine if they had like a Patrick Mahomes or someone like that, and they'd be unbelievable.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're getting Tom Brady next year, so I mean, it's gonna be.
I don't know. I'm starting to worry about Tom Brady.
I don't know, man. I think he's just worn out. I think he just worn his course on that team.
Yeah.
Kind of like when the team needs a new coach, the message is dead.
Yeah.
And then I can see him on the 49ers just because it's not about. I mean, he doesn't really got to do much. I mean, they do direct snaps or, to Debo, and I mean he's got a tight end. Imagine Kittle with Brady, or I mean I can see Gronk coming back for that too, but that would be crazy. That would be ridiculous. I might not watch football if that happens, but I'm probably lying. But I mean, that would definitely be a show to watch. Out in San Fran, I mean, I think what a better place to be to play football. So
yeah, no, it's yeah.
Especially if he's able to win there. So, and then we had the Dolphins and the Chargers. I mean, your boy Tua struggling, stunk it up a little bit. I think the I don't know. I don't want to say the concussion is catching up to him, but I think the fact that they don't really run the ball as much is starting to hurt him. So
yeah, I don't know if it's that. I think that they I just feel like sometimes offenses go stale a little bit. You need to kind of do something a little bit different. And I don't know. I feel like Waddle hasn't been involved as much, and I wonder if that's because he's still kind of
hurt,
beat up a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they need the two of them to really, be dynamic, right? So you got two different kind of guys, and the tight end Gesicki's been non-existent. Wilson got hurt. The run game there's no run game yesterday, so he's still a little bit off on the passing, but I think I don't know. I wouldn't be overly concerned yet. No,
not yet, but I think we're going to see what happens come playoffs, or if he gets hurt again.
For sure.
I think that's going to be the test to tell if you can really win with them or not.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Tom Brady's going there. So. And then that was it for week 14. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about for week 14.
Pretty plain week.
Yeah. Then we got week 15 coming up. I mean, not too many spicy games here. We got the 49ers and the Seahawks in division game. I think that's going to be interesting to see if the Seahawks can make any any ground, make up any ground in that in that division, as well as the wild card race. But I feel like the 49ers are going to be too much for the Seahawks, man. Even though your boy's been playing good this year at quarterback.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks are kind of like on that brink of breaking a little bit here. I think that they've been doing a lot with not a lot of skill. Again, like some of these, we were talking about the Giants earlier and other teams like that. It can only take you so far, I think. And I feel like the Seahawks are getting to that point too. They may be able to eke out a playoff position, maybe, but you have other teams in the NFC like the Lions that are playing really good ball right now. The Commanders, the Giants, that they'd have to get by.
Yeah, I mean, as a Giants fan, we want them to lose, just so we can get a better chance at getting into the playoffs. But I mean, also on the flip side, we're gonna need that draft pick, man. You got a lot of holes to fill, man. But I mean, ultimately, it's gonna be it was a great season for Geno. However it ends, pretty much probably played itself into a starting quarterback position for another season or two. So It's going to be interesting to see how they rebuild over there. Not the fact that they don't have Russell anymore.
Yeah, I think it. Do you think they hold on to Geno and try to re-sign him? What do you think they do over there?
Yeah, I think you hold on to Geno and then you try to build some other, build up some other positions through the draft or free agency to get your team better. And then in the event that you do need a quarterback, you go through the draft to get a quarterback, and then he's pretty much sitting on a minimum salary while you got all these other pieces at play. Before you even need to pay a quarterback. So
yeah, I mean, depending if he comes at a decent cost. I mean, I wouldn't want to pay Geno Smith a ton of money, but yeah, I think you're right. I think if you can get someone in there at some low cost, and you've got a decent team around. I mean, Kenneth Walker obviously looks good. You got Lockett and Metcalf, and then the defense is always serviceable. So
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You got the other different positions, and it's not like even if you sign them to an average quarterback salary, or a little below average, that still gives you a lot of room to play with. So
yep.
But I also think it's going to help them because they're going to have some people. I know they had some salary cap issues last year, so maybe this is going to help them clean it up going forward. I probably think he'll get a 2-year deal.
Yeah. And
then we have the Colts and the Vikings. Not too much here, but I mean, I would pay attention to this game just because if the Vikings lose, that means it's gonna. I don't think the Lions are gonna catch them, but I think it's gonna be interesting to see how things play out in that division.
Yeah, I think the Vikings still take it down, but I think I think the Lions could be reaching for that 7th seed.
Yeah, but I think if they what was it 2 plays 7, right?
Yep.
So 2 would be what, the 49ers now?
Is that who it is? Let's see. Yeah, I think so. Nope, still mini. Yeah, there's the Minnesota would have to lose out and Detroit would have to win out for them to take over it, and I don't think I don't see that happening.
No, not even to take out, but I think if things play out right, then that would be their first round playoff matchup, right?
Yep.
So
yep.
I mean, you definitely don't want to start the playoffs playing an in-division foe.
No.
Who just beat you? So.
No, you saw what happened with the Patriots and Bills last year.
Yep. Because those games are a lot harder than a normal playoff game.
Right.
And then we got the Ravens and the Browns, another in-division game, but I mean, not too much here. This game I'll probably skip. Not gonna lie. Just 2 teams really don't care about right now. Your boy Lamar is still not fully healthy yet, but I think he should be back for this game. But it's gonna be interesting to see if they limit him, depending on how the game plays out against the Browns. So
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure he plays this week. They may give him another week. Make sure he's fully healthy for. You don't want to ruin him for the playoffs. And Cleveland's a bit of a mess right now, anyways. So I don't know. Tyler Huntley, I don't think is that healthy either. So I guess we'll find out.
I don't understand, man. The Ravens has been beat up the past 2-3 years, man.
Oh, they get killed.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the style they're playing or they need a new training staff or something, man. This is crazy. Then we're gonna have the Dolphins and the Bills. So this is probably the game of the week. Definitely want to keep your eyes out on this game because if the Dolphins are able to beat the Bills, I mean that's going to help you guys as the Jets narrow the gap between the three teams. It's going to pretty much be a 3-team race. And then even if the Bills beat the Dolphins and you guys win, now we're looking at a tie. So that's going to help you jump up. So definitely a lot of moving parts in different scenarios depending on how this game plays out.
Yeah, I could definitely see. I guess if the Bills win this game, obviously big for the Jets, pushing Miami further down. But I don't know. This feels like almost like a comeback game for Miami, and I know it's in Buffalo, which is always a tough place to play. But they've had a couple of tough weeks, so I think this is a close one. Probably comes down to a field goal somewhere, but I would imagine this game could get pretty high scoring.
Oh yeah, depending if those guys on Miami get loose. So, but the weather's probably gonna have a big impact on this game. So, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this game plays out.
Absolutely.
Then we got your Lions and the Jets. 2 teams are vying for playoff spots right now. How you guys feeling about your chances against the Lions, man? You guys gonna shut them down?
I don't. I feel okay about it. I think that they should win this game. I think their defense is good enough to win this game. And I'm not sure the Detroit defense is good enough to stop the Jets on the other side. But yeah, I like the Jets in this game.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm expecting a nice little shootout here, high 20 game, point game apiece, a lot of field goals kicked. But I definitely can see you guys pulling it out. So. And then have to go off to the Lions, man. They played great. I know they played great this year. Not gonna lie, if I was a Lions fan, I'd be very proud of the progress.
They could have easily just packed it in, and no one would have said boo.
Yep. Then they got another first round pick, but I mean they're still gonna have a high pick. I think.
Yeah, they're still gonna have the pick from the
Rams. So I mean that's probably a top 5 pick. They get another defensive player in there to pair up with Hutchinson. He's been having a good year. So, and then they just got to figure out. I mean, Brown came out of nowhere. Then they got Swift and Williams at running back. They'll probably, maybe pick up another receiver here, through free agency or something. And then pretty much you got to address that defensive side of the ball through the draft heavy. So
yeah, for sure.
Then all of a sudden you be like the Jets, man. But I do still think they're gonna need another quarterback. But there's no need to rush it, for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we got the Bengals and the Buccaneers. We got the Tom Brady versus the younger version of himself with more swag. So I'm expecting the Bengals to pull this one out. I mean, even though I think I feel like they about to get in the playoffs with a losing record. This is crazy.
Someone's getting in the playoffs from the NFC South with a losing record.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. So I mean, as long as they can stay a game above Atlanta's like a game and a half back or so. It's gonna be, and then the Saints are probably like 2 games back, so it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out, man. I feel like Tom Brady's gonna get hot. I don't know why, man.
Yeah, you feeling it?
Yeah, I don't know, man. No, I'm stop. Let me stop lying. I think honestly, I feel like he's a dead fish right now. But but you can never bet against Tom Brady, man.
I know. They just seem like so flat. That whole offense just seems super flat.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. Julio Jones can't stay healthy. I mean, Godwin, he came back in the middle of the season, but, he's still not fully recovered from the ACL. Him and Evans has just been off. They don't want to run the ball, which is crazy. And then the offensive line is beat up here and there. Defense is not the same, but, I mean, I don't know, man. Somehow they're still in the mix.
And they will be in that division. It's their division to lose.
Yep. That'd be crazy if Atlanta makes the playoffs with Marcus Mariota.
Well, Mariota's out. Desmond Ritter's in.
Oh yeah, I forgot. But I'm saying even the fact that Atlanta, despite that, we probably thought there would be a lottery team right now. So
yeah, for sure.
I mean, technically they probably still are a lottery team with that record, but if they get in the playoffs, that will definitely change some things up. So
yeah.
And then we got the Titans versus the Chargers. I'm not gonna lie, probably will skip this game. Just keep an eye out for it to see if Derrick Henry runs for another 100 again and get some touchdowns.
This is a big game for the playoff situation in the AFC too. Not Tennessee so much, but Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they got to stay in the mix right now. And then I think by default, Tennessee's going to win that division. So
Yeah, absolutely. That division's awful.
I was expecting a lot more from the Jaguars, but I mean, I'm not going to. They're still maybe like only 2-3 games back, but I expect them to be maybe like an 8-5, like a reverse record right now, not like a 5-8. I felt like the offense came on hot and then it just dulled down. So then we got the Giants and the Commanders. That's going to be the Sunday night game. Hopefully this one does not end in another tie. But I mean, if it does, I wouldn't be mad because it helps us not have the extra loss in the loss column. But Washington's probably favored to win this game. We just got to figure out how to put up some points with what we have, man, which is going to be the tough part. So we just going to have to run the hell out of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
And then on to the NBA. There's not too much here. I mean, the Warriors beat the Celtics Saturday night. I know you was hearing about that, man.
Yeah, it was probably a good slice of humble pie. But yeah, I think they're just not there mentally, but they might have like overhyped themselves a little bit too much for this game, it being a regular season game, and Jason Tatum was nowhere to be found, and then Brent Williams getting ejected towards the end of the game, things like that. You could tell they just weren't. They were probably putting a little too much pressure on themselves, is my guess.
I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe that was it. It was like too much hype, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if these teams meet up in the finals.
Yeah, I forget who I was listening to today, but it's like they were like, it's either the Celtics, the Bucks, or the Warriors to win the championship this year, and there's like not many other teams out there that can do it. Assuming everyone stays healthy, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So I think that West is kind of a mess right now.
I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, I checked it out. I mean, surprisingly, New Orleans and Memphis are top two teams right now, which is crazy. I mean, two of the youngest stars in the West pretty much leading their teams in the West. Maybe we're getting a little preview of what's to come down the line, between Zion and, Ja Morant. Denver is sneakingly in third right now. The Warriors have been picking it up, but they're still around the 8th spot. And then the Mavericks have been struggling, but, I kind of expected this. I don't feel like their team is built right around Luka, even though, they pretty much returned everybody and they got a few pieces here and there. But I feel like they need another, like a dominant inside presence or, somebody that he can run a pick and roll with, and then, they can just bounce off each other. But definitely going to be interesting to see because, this is like we're pretty much wrapped up the first third of the season.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to seeing this next third and pretty much half of the season, how it goes. Because on the east side, I mean, you got the Celtics, leading the way. You got the Bucks right behind them, and then pretty much everybody else. So
yeah, it's a little seems like there's a lot less parity this year for some reason early on. I don't know what that is or why that is, but yeah, like even the Heat are a 500 team right now.
Well, I think we're starting to see the growth of some certain people taking their game to another level.
Sure.
We've seen that from Ja Morant. We're getting a healthy Zion. We got Tatum going crazy. We got Giannis doing what Giannis does, and then we got the Nuggets starting to come back to full strength. They were one of those teams that were in the West Finals, a few years ago. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how things play out. I still don't believe in Philly yet. I think they need another piece. I thought they should have traded, what is it, Harris? No, what's his name, Harris?
Which kid?
Harris on Philly, the forward.
Oh, Tobias.
Yeah, Tobias Harris, and try to package somebody else for another weapon or something. Maybe like a stretch 4, but it's just something not right with that team. I mean, they do have a weapon, but I feel like they're not deep enough. And the fact that Harden and Embiid don't stay healthy is going to hurt them.
Yeah, they just don't have any. I don't trust them at all in a playoff situation, or to be quite honest, in any big game situation. They reek of choking and not being up for the big game. So as good as Embiid will play, I know if I'm any other team and I see them in the playoffs, I'm not overly concerned.
No, because any of them have a bad night, then it's slim pickings.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more concerned if Jimmy Butler's lining up against me because he's not going down without a fight.
Oh yeah, but I think Jimmy doesn't have enough help though.
He might not,
because I don't trust Bam. Kind of like Embiid, he just games he just doesn't show up at all. Ever since he had that All-Star season, it's just like not the same person. And then, I mean, Duncan Robinson has been put into solitary confinement. He's never getting off that bench. He was killing people at one point. And then, between him and Hero, I think they kind of figured out Hero. Teams aren't sleeping on him anymore, and they're guarding him a certain type of way. So, he doesn't hurt him as much. And then, they got Mike Lowry there, but, his time is up, man. I mean, he's good for a charge here and there and a few quick buckets, but that's about it, man. And then on to MLB. Still free agencies live. Man, what the Yankees doing, man? They just letting everybody get signed, man. What's going on?
I think they're focusing on trying to get Carlo Rondon, signed, and but yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering what going to happen with Correa there, and then what other. There's not many other big dominoes to fall. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't think the Yankees needed to do a ton. I think they needed to shore up that infield and maybe get another pitcher.
Oh yeah, but I feel like they should have been did that, man. I feel like we see some of these other teams that the Rangers been getting busy, man.
Yeah, I don't know about them. I just feel like that's like just going into the abyss down there.
Yeah, but I mean the fact that they're willing, they're trying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not doubting them trying. It's just putting it all together, right? I think that's always the hard part.
Yeah, I feel like they don't have the right puzzle pieces yet. They're just picking up pieces and trying to kind of just throw things against the wall, see if it sticks.
Yeah, I'm not sure that always works in baseball. I mean, the Yankees tried it for years, and it doesn't always work in baseball.
It definitely doesn't. And then I mean that's really it. Nothing else really too crazy for baseball either.
No, not really.
And not too much for college football. I mean the college playoffs were announced.
Bowl season starts this week, Rich.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. And then your boy Caleb Williams won the Heisman, the He Is Man Award. And then I saw they were talking about like the greatest Heisman winners of all time. I mean, outside of Charles Woodson, I think Reggie Bush is up there, man. I think he was the only other one to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know there's not many. He might be the only other one.
And then I mean, they were mentioning some other guys ahead of him because they're having bigger careers like Derrick Henry. What's his name? There was somebody else on that damn list they had. Derrick Henry. What's the quarterback's name? Cam Newton.
Oh yeah.
Even though Cam never won, he Pro Bowl a bunch of times, made the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think who else.
Yeah, had what?
That had good careers.
Yeah, I mean you got Lamar's on there. Mark Ingram, he's had a pretty good long career.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Palmer was good.
Did he win one with New York? No, he wasn't there one day.
No. I'm trying to see if I don't see anyone. Eddie George, good career. Barry Sanders, obviously. Mm-hmm. Desmond Howard, Bo Jackson. Yeah, they got some good. But you're right. I don't think there's many that were Super Bowl winners. Joe Burrow obviously made it to Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, but I think Joe might be one of the best ones if things play out how it seems like it's going to play out. So.
Devonta Smith, he could win one this year. Yeah, there's only 3 players. Tony Dorsett. Oh, that's a national championship, right? Tony Dorsett, Marcus Allen, Charles Allen have won it. Have won both, and then actually there's quite a few guys that have been in the Super Bowl at least. Yeah,
just haven't punched it in.
Nope.
But definitely looking forward to checking out some of these games. More so the playoff, so the best of 4, so to say. There's gonna be a lot of I think after the whoever loses or wins, the aftermath is gonna be as spicy. So
yeah, you think?
Or maybe mostly for Michigan, and then maybe Ohio State. So
yeah, I think the knock on Ohio State right now is that Ryan Day has ruined Urban Meyer's program. Urban left him on third base there, and he couldn't bring it home.
Yeah, but that I don't know, man. But that's the thing. I feel like Ohio State. The thing about these teams is that they don't the defenses. So the Georgia's defense has just been so dominant that it
Hmm.
really doesn't matter. Even from the days that Oklahoma was making it, they had the offense, but they just couldn't shut anybody down. And I think that's been the biggest impact. Whoever's had the best defense has been winning these the college championship the past few years. There's never been
Hmm.
the best offensive team. So,
Right.
but once some defenses catch up, it's going to be very interesting to see.
Oh, for sure.
And then that might be it for sports, man. Then it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. We got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
All right, so tonight we did like a grilled chicken with potatoes and mushroom, onion, pepper, and then in a creamy Dijon sauce. So really a good one of those good one pot, or yeah, probably two pots, but quick weeknight meal. So did just some chicken seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic powder, a little bit of oregano. Just throw that in the pan, and then actually had some potatoes from Trader Joe's. Actually, really good. They come with a little bit of pepper and onion. They're already roasted. So
Okay.
once the chicken's cooked, I tossed the potatoes in there and had some mushrooms, onions, and peppers. Threw those all in together. Those all cooked down for a while with the chicken, and then started on the sauce while that was going. So the sauce was really just butter, garlic, get that fragrant, and then add in a cup of chicken broth. Stir that all together. Get that to simmer, and then add in your cream. You can use half and half or heavy cream. I just happen to have heavy cream, so I wanted to use it. So I used that. Just sprinkle a little Dijon mustard in there, a couple tablespoons, and then some salt and pepper. Mix that all up, and then once your chicken mixture is done, pour the sauce over the chicken, stir it all together, and you have yourself a meal.
Oh, that sounds great, man. I just picture the chicken over the mashed potatoes with the little like gravy on there. Throw those like asparagus or something on the side, whatever vegetable you like some broccoli. Um, Nice little man's meal right there.
Yeah, it's a good. I haven't had it on the whatchamacallit. I haven't had it reheated yet, obviously, but I'd imagine that it's gonna reheat pretty well.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with mashed potatoes. I feel like certain things they reheat great, like mashed potatoes, like anything creamy like that. It's not really much like mashed potatoes, but
Maybe unpopular opinion. I don't really like mashed potatoes reheated. I don't know why. I feel like I could do it like if I had some gravy. Same goes for stuffing. Like I love stuffing, but I need to have the gravy on it when I reheat it.
oh nah, I can eat my stuffing without any gravy.
Yeah.
Because I do
It
like
gets a little. I feel like it gets a little dry in the when you reheat it in the microwave.
nah, I do the cornbread base one, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
it's not yeah, it doesn't really get dry or like moist. It's just like there. And I feel like I just eat that for days. I'm looking forward to making some of that for Christmas. So
Oh yeah, that I love that cornbread stuffing is delicious.
yeah, man, I wish we could have the those type of foods all year round, man. But
Yeah, I'd be
be in a
about
coma.
I'd be about 800 pounds.
Yeah, be in a coma. Be on what's those when the people be stuck in the room and they can't get out and they're just
Yeah,
eating snacks all day. Oh man, what a life.
yeah, no kidding.
Especially you can work from home now.
Oh yeah,
It's dangerous.
I ain't coming out.
Nope. Just put the TV on there. You can FaceTime people. It's crazy times we live in right now. And then what'd you guys bring that down with?
All right, so this is a beer out of Sycamore Brewing. They actually just moved. They not too far, but still in the Charlotte area. But they do a Christmas cookie winter ale every year, and I usually when I read winter ale, I'm thinking I usually do them with like spices, and they're kind of like a darker lager or an ale, and they usually have like not like a cinnamon, but something like coriander, things like that. Kind of like a funky little spice to it. This one was a little different. It was a they want you to get the feeling of like a vanilla cookie almost. So it comes in a little bit of a higher ABV than the winter ales I've had in the past. It's at like 7.5, and really like more of a sweet flavor than kind of like when I say spicy, I don't mean like hot, but like like that spice, that like Christmas spice flavor.
Yeah. Like not necessarily like the pumpkin spice, but like
Well,
maybe
down
it's like
that same path.
it's like a mint spice or something, or
Yeah, it's
candy
something.
cane spice, something like that. Yeah.
Not candy cane, just more of like a, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. If you ever had the Sam Adams winter lager, that's like what I think of when I think of winter lagers or winter beers.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
anyways, it's not that. It's more of like a vanilla-y, almost cookie type flavor. It's got it's a little bit nutty. It's still a blonde ale, so it's not like a lot of these like that are darker ales or darker lagers. So still a little bit light, but I thought it was pretty good. They only obviously release it once a year, and it's limited to get. But I was able to find a can, or sorry, I found a 4-pack, and I figured, hey, what the hell, I'll give it a try. It turned out to be pretty good. I probably, I don't really like the just the whole idea of kind of these funky beers sometimes, but I do appreciate the creativity. But I'd probably throw this at like a 7.1.
Oh, that's still good though. That's still a solid beer.
Yeah,
Huh?
you could definitely go like, I feel like you can go one of two ways on these. Like you could really get you can get some really bad. I've had some really bad ones. Like there's this one that we still kind of joke about, but it like the description was like incredible. It was supposed to be like this maple stout with like extra maple, and like for whatever reason the maple flavor in beer is like it comes out really good when it's on darker or heavier beers like the stouts. But man, this one tasted like trash. Like they just missed it by a mile.
Was it just like too sweet, or just like
no? There was like no maple. Like, it was
what?
zero maple. Yeah. So it's things like that. Sometimes, like I said, they're hit or miss, but this one I thought was decent.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't sound bad, but it just feels like one of those things you wish it was a little bit better. So
Yeah. I wish it was a little bit better, but again, like I don't know if like I wouldn't want it any sweeter. Maybe just a little bit different.
Like aftertaste, or
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that's hard to master, is that aftertaste, because maybe I feel like some stuff overpowers towards the end, which is hard to fix, because then maybe you might put too much of something on the front end and it messes up the whole thing. So
Yep, for sure.
I've always wanted to try to make a beer, like make my own beer. So
Oh yeah, I like it. It's a fun, it's not like people. There's obviously a science to it, clearly.
yeah,
But it's fun, and I think the old style, kind of like when I was making beer, it was I wasn't like too. We did a couple out of the box things, but nothing too crazy. But I feel like now it's like the free for all. You can pretty much do whatever the hell you want, which is kind of cool, because it does kind of get people thinking. But I do see a lot of these breweries now that are going back to the old tried and true, some old style like German type beers and things like that.
yeah, man. But I feel like I would have to do a lot of research, man. That's one of those things I wish I could like give a try, is try to make my own beer, or maybe like grow some weed or something.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you can look at like how if you dig deep enough into it, there's so much into it, but the process itself isn't very difficult, really. You're boiling a wheat to extract sugar that you then turn into alcohol, and then you have all sorts of differing flavors that you can add into it.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. I think that would be the most fun part, is like trying to concoct those different flavors, or getting things to a certain like making it your own, as far as like not just like a normal beer.
Right.
So, and then that's JD's Bites and Brew, everybody. So this week for the BRRs, had a lot of craziness going on. So I gave the center a try, man. I put on that. I skipped season 3. I jumped to season 4 because I saw it was on Netflix. I started. Have you seen it yet or no?
I haven't. No.
So season 4 starts out good. The main guy, I forget his name. He's like, moved on. Living his life. Goes to a town. Somebody ends up missing now. Things start getting weird. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe like after episode 4 or 5, it's starting to take a turn for the worse, man. I just feel like it's just like too much. You remember that second season where things just got like freaky and not necessarily the devil, but like, just unaccounted for like strangeness. I feel like it's happening. So I'm gonna push through it, see how it goes. But it felt like the show's letting me down, man.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of felt that way after season 2. I did start season 3, and then I just kind of shut it down. I think, or did I? No, I watched season 3, and then I couldn't do season 4.
Yeah, I stopped. I stopped on season 3. That was when homeboy ran over somebody in the car in the woods or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think after the second or third episode, I was like, nah, this is getting crazy. This doesn't make sense to me. So, gave that a try. Like I said, going to push through it. Then we got His Dark Materials is back. Definitely a good show you should check out if you like Harry Potter, that type of stuff. I want to say fantasy, mystery, multiple worlds type of stuff going on. It's kind of flowing out. I think it's based off a book, so this is probably why I don't know everything, but kind of getting into the the gist of the show as far as the concept of what it's about, as far as who's who. A lot of the background stuff has been being figured out now. What people are fighting for, pretty much to protect their world. The good versus evil is pretty much a line right now. So definitely something you can check out if you like Harry Potter, or I'm trying to compare it to another show, but it's not really. It just gives me that Harry Potter feel as far as there's not really a bunch of magic going on, but they do have like it's not really a lot of fights too when I think about it. But it's just like I feel like maybe they're getting to the fighting, but it's more of a drama, coming of age Harry Potter type of show.
I got you.
Definitely, if you have some time, you can definitely check it out. Like I said, not a bad show. They're on the 3rd season now. So, and then outside of that, there was I watched Black Adam. It was all right, man. Not gonna lie. Still not the biggest DC fan, but overall wasn't a bad movie. But it's just so hard sometimes when you see the Rocky movies. You just feel like he's not really playing anybody else but himself.
Yeah, I know, it's hard.
And he doesn't talk much in the movie too, so it's just kind of funny. But he's like one of the main characters in the movie. But overall, it was all right movie. Definitely something you can check out if you're looking for some action. Has some cool little fight scenes of him roasting people or beating the shit out of people. So overall, it was all right, man. I want to say one of the better of the DC movies I've seen in a while, outside of like, for the individual movies. That first that second Superman movie, that was probably the best one they ever did. So this is probably up there though, as far as the, solo D movies. Probably right behind, I want to say the first or second Wonder Woman. One of the Wonder Womans were good. I didn't like the other one. And then, so I'll probably put that Superman and then that Wonder Woman. And then probably the Batman. I like the new Batman movie, and then probably this. But I don't know if the new Batman movie is like part of their reboot or part of their lineup. So because it's more of a restart for Batman. So, but definitely something you can check out if you're looking for something to watch for some action. And if you're a rock fan of The Rock and stuff like that, you definitely check it out. Too Hot to Handle's back. So if you're looking for some reality drama,
I saw the preview today.
Yeah, man, it's funny. That show is funny to me, man, because
just pretty much so ridiculous.
Yeah, just so ridiculous. Teens cannot keep their hands off each other, and they just lose. Pretty much that's the premise of the show. Like whoever can keep their hands off each other, you guys win money at the end of the show. But they can't. They're losing like $3,000 for a kiss, $6,000 for a kiss. But I mean, it's just fun. It's just funny, man, because it it's like one of those, I don't want to say you feel better about yourself, but just one of those trash reality TV shows. Like you can't believe this is going on right now.
Yeah.
And then that was it, man. I don't think I got anything else. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time.
Till next time, Rich.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out, being on the Sports Sidebar podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.